Top five.
Yeah, girl, you ready to do this? You ready to count this thing down? We're doing the top five, her. Yeah, let's set it off with 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Ranked Top 5 Lists of Stuff That Don't Matter. I'm your host, Tuong La, and today we're in the sewers. We're in the sewers, or we're outdoors. I guess we can be in a bunch of places. We're just, nibbling on cheese, scrounging for scraps, and crawling up people in a very skittish way, annoying the hell out of dogs, all those things. But, I'm getting ahead of myself because I have to introduce just a bunch of vermin, bunch of no good people in the PodCavern today, just hanging out. And the first guest here hasn't been here in a while. Last we saw him, he was eating a giant block of cheese. Axandre Lemours, everyone.
What's up? Crawling my way into the PodCavern once again.
Axe, what's the deal? Why aren't you sharing that cheese?
Why would I? I'm a growing boy.
Still.
Get your own damn cheese.
Okay, I thought we've done so many episodes together. I haven't seen you in a long time. I thought you would share. That's all.
No, absolutely not. Get your own cheese.
Good to see you, I guess.
I'm glad to be here. I've missed the PodCavern. I've missed doing these.
Well, you want to introduce the next vermin in the sewer of the PodCavern here?
I guess. Yes. This absolute rat is one of my bestest pals. Believe it or not.
Are they? What a way to!
I love how we're not sure who it is. I'm gonna go with Victoria Luloff.
Oh hey,
Welcome.
I'm just here to skitter around the cavern.
Just skittering around, listening to some
skittering around,
bang songs, banging music. Yeah,
leave my pellets around.
I don't need to hear about your pellets. Victoria, good to see you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's good to see you too.
Is the last episode the bang episode with you on it?
It was top 5 bangs.
Top 5. That was not the top 5 songs to bang to, not top 5 bangs.
Top 5 songs to give it.
Because that's top 5 bangs is like us rating people having sex, and I don't think we're ever gonna do that.
We didn't record that one. No, that one
right.
was just the live experience.
That's right.
Yeah.
Our live shows are crazy in the podcast.
Yep.
Victoria, do you want to introduce the last guest?
Do I ever? What are the words? Seated directly beside me, physically, emotionally, and in life, is the most fantastic and wonderful Jess Maybear. Hi.
Jess, hello.
What's up?
You're here.
I'm here.
You're here. We did it. I feel like you have been expressing wanting to skitter into the PodCavern more than any of these other guests that we've had in a long time.
It's true. I hip hopped my way down in here.
You did, and I'm happy. I'm happy you're here because today we're ranking something. Listen, we're ranking rodents, fictional rodents. Now, this group really wanted to do this topic, and I also wanted to do it because, listen, in the PodCavern, we've ranked a lot, and I mean a lot of fictional animals. It was like the staple for a while. We've done dogs, we've done cats, we've done birds. We've certainly done more, and I cannot remember. Sea creatures, fictional sea creatures.
Cryptids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but today, fictional rodents, because there's a lot of them. There's a ton of them out there, not including the ones in this group. Those aside, fictional rodents. And I want to get right into the ground rules here. I have a few ground rules I want to go through. One of them is the definition of a rodent. That's right. The one from Google usually is correct about these things is a gnawing mammal of an order that includes rats, mice, squirrels, hamsters, porcupines, and their relatives, distinguished by strong, constantly growing incisors and no canine teeth. Fun fact, they constitute the largest order of mammals. So here are things that are not rodents, and we can get a confirmation from this panel here. Are rabbits rodents?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes? Wow. I
Yeah.
Googled it and it said no.
I think that they align with rodents in that they are also, to some, considered vermin.
Yeah,
I would-
I wouldn't know what to call them otherwise.
They also don't
gotta
have
Google
canine
it.
teeth and have constantly growing incisors.
Someone Google it right now because I did it and it said rabbits are not rodents. And if we include rabbits in this discussion, it changes the game.
I mean, only if
Rabbit.
you're not confident about your already chosen noms.
I mean,
Are
like
you
I was like, oh, I'm not
Calling
gonna.
it- if you're
not gonna
calling
do
it
a-
audible-
Buddy, are you feeling insecure about your choices?
I always am feeling insecure. Laura knows this. But-
Okay. So Google
Yeah, Google says.
Google, our original definition source, now adds, incidentally, the rodentia does not include rabbits. Rabbits differ from rodents in having an extra pair of incisors and other skeletal features.
Interesting.
Rabbits, hares, and a few other species make up a different group of
Different
animals.
group.
Shrews, moles, and hedgehogs are also not rodents. So they slipped in another, like, not only fuck rabbits, but fuck shrews, moles, and
Fuck you,
hedgehogs. too.
Sonic.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. I was going to bring up hedgehogs because, I was like, oh, that's a rodent. It's not. So no hedgehog, no Shadow the Hedgehog. Those are the only two hedgehogs I know. But anyways, that's okay. So no Bugs Bunny is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I didn't even think of. I mean, if it helps, I guess I didn't even think of Bugs Bunny when I was.
I
Thinking
did immediately when Tung mentioned rabbits because there was no way we were going to get
I said
through an
rodents.
animal-based episode without a reference to Space Jam.
It's true.
But now we can get through the entire episode. I mean, there's other rodents that make up the Space Jam team.
Hey, I guess we'll find out.
You're right.
I guess we'll find out.
You're right. Feeling insecure again.
But I'm here for it.
Yeah. Love having you on,
I should
Vic.
know more about space.
Is there any other ground rules we want to go through before we start the podcast?
Do they have to be fully fictional?
Yes.
That's a
Explain.
good question.
I mean, no, sorry. Do you
That's
mean like what do you mean? Like it's a fictional one and someone made like a live, like they named their pet after this fictional one? Like what's happening here? What do you think?
like a real actual living rodent that is like an actor and like nominating their character because like they're not a fictional rodent but the character is.
You would nominate the character because today's episode's fictional rodents.
Correct. I just want to make sure that I can nominate the character of a real life rodent
Yes.
because the character's fictional.
Because if you can
Even though
name
the
it from like a
rodent's not.
movie, TV, comic book, newspaper clipping, whatever it is, then I
Let's
think
go old school and say
Yeah.
written novella.
Microfiche.
that's right. Oh, here's something. Like a lot of these episodes, I think if it makes sense that it's a group nomination for some of these, that's okay. You don't have to name one of the group. If it makes sense that there are, let's take like, I don't know, Bert and Ernie.
I got into-
Bert and Ernie are like, you would nominate them both as a thing.
Yeah, that's a team.
I
Yeah,
got into a
Agreed.
heated debate with a coworker today about this when talking about my potential nominations, and they did not agree. They were like, "That is a group. You can't do that."
Okay, well, they're not invited here today.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
But send them this episode anyways. We need listeners.
PodCavern for that.
Lisa, if you're listening, I'm really sorry we got into a fight about rodents today in the office instead of doing our job.
But to be clear, Jess was in the right here, and you, person I don't know, were wrong. And if Leslie was here, he'd say, "Fuck you." He'd say it like that, something like
That's
that.
right.
You would.
Yeah.
All right, I think we can get right into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like every episode of Ranked, we're going to go around 3 times, nominating 3 nominations each, making a master list of 12 and whittling that down to a top 5 fictional rodents list. Here we go. My first nomination is, I'm going to come out swinging. He is the master. He is Master Splinter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
This rat with a really cozy maroon robe kicks ass. He has like his little staff thing or cane sometimes too. But like people who don't know, living in the sewers, living under a rock, Master Splinter is the sensei of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. From when these turtles were still just regular turtles, he adopted them and he became their father figure. He trained them to be fucking ninjas. And he was also, in a lot of iterations, he was also succumb to the ooze, whatever liquid that was in the sewers at the time that turned them into like giant mutations, if you will. And there's been like a lot of cool iterations of Master Splinter over the years. Like just recently in the Mutant Mayhem movie, the animated one, Jackie Chan got to play Master Splinter. And that iteration was very goofy, but also he kicked ass too. He always kicks ass, let me tell you. And he always has this like vendetta against Shredder, the main bad guy. So he has a real stake in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles universe. That said, Master Splinter, what are we all thinking here?
Splinter was one of my
Excellent.
favorites.
It was on my short list.
It was on my short list.
Yeah, Splinter's the man.
He's the man.
I love him.
Yeah.
He knows everything about honor and discipline and kicking
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah.
He's a single mom who works 2 jobs, who loves his kids and never stops.
And raises them incredibly well.
Mm-hmm.
Gives them all the tools that they need to succeed and be the best versions of themselves.
And pizza.
He's a
And
daddy.
pizza.
It's pizza.
Skateboards.
I don't know if he taught the skateboard part, but
He definitely taught
You
them.
think
No, he
so?
did.
You think?
He taught them everything.
He taught them how to ollie.
I can't do a
Sewers.
kickflip. A little ollie.
Little, just that move where you just kick the skateboard into your hand. He did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Cowabunga.
Cowabunga,
I know
dudes.
he grinds rails.
Yeah, grinds them good.
In more than one way? Definitely.
Grind
It's tough.
good.
This episode doesn't warrant for horniness, but somehow
yes.
with Victoria and Jess in the mix, and
Yeah.
Axe,
No, we're in the same room.
We have a
just-
perfect
Yeah, like, look who
cocktail.
we're talking to.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I have much more to say about Master Splinter, but listen, we all know he fucks. So what else is there to say at this time? Let's move
yeah.
on to Axe. What do you have as your first nomination?
Splinter fucks. I was gonna say Master of Splinter as well. So, you know, great minds and all that. So I'm going to go with Rufus the Naked Mole Rat,
Oh, dope.
indispensable member of Team Possible, owned and best friend to her sidekick, Ron Stoppable, and often the smarter of the two, often able to worm his way into like little nooks and crannies to help him out with electronics. He's the only naked mole rat I know of that has a rap career. Funnily enough, when I was doing research, I found out that he's voiced by Nancy Cartwright, the voice of Bart Simpson.
No way.
Yeah, well, that was really cool.
And Nelson Muntz and a lot of the kids. I'm pretty sure in
Shit ton
Simpsons.
of other characters in The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I like about this Axe is for the listeners who can't see him. Axe is currently cosplaying as Rufus the Naked Mole Rat in a light pink shirt, and that's all I can see.
Oh my
So
God, that's so
looking
true.
good, looking good.
You don't have the 2 buck teeth, though, that Rufus
I'll work
has.
on that.
Did you
Yes.
know that naked mole rats are also known as sand puppies?
Sand puppy.
That's real cute, you guys.
I'm changing
I did
my
not know
name
that.
to Stan Puppy.
Can I make a confession right off the top? I think I've not really seen Kim Possible. I might have just seen it in passing, but like I don't think I've watched a full episode.
Add it to the list of reasons to fire Tongue. My God.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
I invited
I'm
you
in
back
boat
in the
team.
PodCavern. Why? There's a lot of animosity today from my
Why would you
guests.
kick your ass out.
We're not even in the second half. Usually this happens in the second half of the show where you guys turn on me.
Usually you
It's true.
save your confessions for later. Is that
We're hitting the animosity hard
Yes,
right now.
that's right. Well, let's keep going before Axe eats me alive. Victoria, what do you have as your first
Right.
nomination?
Yeah, it would be a pleasure. For my first nomination, I would like to, if I may, take us back to February 27th, 2020, to our episode Top 5 Fictional Birds. And in support of this, I have an audio file.
Oh my God.
And like one of my favorite memories is like in Rescuers Down Under, because he hurts his back bringing them like on the landing strip, and then you got that weirdly hot Australian mouse. You guys know what I'm talking about. That
Top 5 rodents.
the Australian mouse is super hot. Top 5 rodents that I would. I'll tell you honestly, I last watched
Holy
this
shit.
movie at the cottage this summer with my sister, and it gets to the point where like the hot Australian mouse is there, and I'm like, Bean, isn't it weird that this mouse is hot? And she was like, what's wrong with you?
Oh,
So, in honor of my feelings and also predicting this 4 years ago, I would like to nominate Jake, the hot Australian mouse from Rescuers Down Under, To remind us all, Jake is a slim, athletic kangaroo mouse with light brown fur and a long tail and a small notch on his right ear. His outfit resembles that of a safari, with a wide-brimmed hat with an ear holding up that side of the rim to give the hat the distinctive Australian style of having a side of the rim pinned up and a khaki shirt. Jake, the Australian mouse.
He is hot.
He's so hot.
I'm pretty sure on Disney Dummies, because we definitely watched this, we said that Jake fucked as well. So it's confirmed. It's confirmed by the PodCavern itself. Yeah, and he has that rope that he like hangs, or like he just like has lassos shit.
He's all flirty with Miss Bianca.
Oh, yeah.
New ground rule: only rodents that fuck
are allowed on this podcast. There's a lot of them. I mean, anyways.
So far we've nailed it.
Yeah. Well, based on the sound clip that I pulled from the archives, that was going to be the initial topic, was top 5 rodents, fictional rodents who fuck.
yeah. But then we'd have to redo all of our other fictional animals podcasts to have the fuck metric on it, and it's just too much work.
Could.
It's too much
work
to put together.
Yeah. What do you have against a spinoff,
My time. That's what I have. My editing time. Jess, what do you have as your first nomination? That's good. I didn't hear that last little click at the end, but I heard the little fizz. So
I'm sorry. I kind of fuzzed it a little bit with my hand. I'm new here.
No, you're not.
So I have a list of 33 rodents, fictional rodents.
Did you say you narrowed it down?
I did. I got a short list of 7.
Oh, that's good.
And I think it would be remiss and fully against my character if I didn't go with my 2 favorite guys of all time. I'm talking about Pinky and the Brain.
There you go. That's what I mean by a group nomination.
Narf.
Yeah. It was part of the conversation today. These 2 are world-dominating lab mice, first appearing on the excellent TV series Animaniacs, of which I am a huge fan. And they got spin-off series and merch. Like, they're everywhere. I love these guys. They're just a bunch of goofballs.
They're trying to take over the world.
Narf.
Narf?
Don't you mean Narf? I can't do it. Narf. Didn't they try to, or maybe they did and not try to, did Pinky and the Brain come back for a while?
They got their own animated series after they left Animaniacs, and then they I feel like there was a they got a reboot in 2020.
Did it stay on the air?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's right. They have not taken over the world yet, but they're trying. They're trying. So
that we know of.
They keep trying.
Yeah, you don't know.
What if we're just living in their world?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They might be out there trying to take over the world tonight.
I hope so. I hope so.
I want that for them.
Yeah.
So with your friends rule, if you can even call them a friend, were they just saying that you'd have to nominate Pinky or Brain?
Correct.
That's incorrect.
That's not natural.
No, they
I don't like
go
that.
together.
I don't like that.
Ram-a-lam-a-lam-a, kidding-kitty dinky dong.
I have no idea. What is this?
Hip to hip to hip to bop to do.
What is this? What? Am I missing something here?
Yeah, it's from Greece.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Together like ram-a-lam-a-lam-a, kidding-kitty-dinky-dong.
Yes, very related to fictional rodents. Thank you.
Pinky and the Brain, they go together.
Yes,
Like-
okay.
Ram-a-lam-a-lam-a.
Okay, I understand. Let's go into round two. Wow.
Deuces.
Lots of great fuck energy from our rodents here. But I'd like to submit, I think a lot of mine are just rats, to be honest with you. A lot of them
That's
are
not
rats.
a very broad spectrum of you.
I know.
Horizons, bro.
I know, but like there's so many nice fun rats that just deserve their own spot in the sunlight, you know? And the one that I'm thinking about is Rizzo the rat from the Muppets. Because first of all, the Muppets rule. I feel like anytime we have any type of ranking, the Muppets are kind of not on these lists. And that's a mistake. I think you could do top 5 Muppets on its own thing. Mark my words, probably do a Muppets episode one day.
I would love to. I have strong opinions on this.
Okay.
I love this nomination, and I would love to be on a top 5 Muppet.
Okay, well, waka waka, like, you know? but Rizzo, I mean, like, Rizzo, I just love his, like, He breaks the fourth wall. He speaks to the audience. He has this, like, I don't know, kind of street level accent going on, kind of New Yorkish, but also he has a sarcasm to him that I really enjoy that brings it all home. Have you ever watched Muppets Christmas Carol? Perfect Rizzo representation in that movie.
I like that he humbles Gonzo.
Yes.
You know, like he keeps him down to earth. And that's what you want in a sidekick.
Agreed. And he moves a little funny because he's a Muppet.
Of course.
Rizzo the Rat, Jess, Axe, any opinions on this Muppet?
I was not much of a Muppet kid. Like, I didn't watch the movies growing up. I only watched Muppets Treasure Island for the first time like a month ago. And it was a blast. Like, don't worry, it's fine. I am a convert. Yeah, no, Rizzo is wonderful. He was wonderful in that.
Great.
So I'm glad for the nomination. I was just dropping some Axe lore.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. I hope you get to there's so many good Muppet movies out there. I'm very excited for you to explore that. Jess, any strong Rizzo feelings or not strong Rizzo feelings?
A little in the same world. The Muppets weren't terribly influential in my upbringing, but Rizzo is the one that does like some of these slow takes to the camera. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, cool. Yeah. He's all right. He fucks probably.
He talks to the audience. It's great.
Comedic genius.
He's just like, see this guy? Anyways, Axe, what do you have as your second nomination?
I am going to go with a certain Texan scientist and engineer by the name of Sandy Cheeks.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
SpongeBob.
Astronaut level, genius level intellect, gargantuan strength, a thrill seeker, a lover of karate. Just don't disturb her when she is hibernating. Sandy Cheeks, the flying squirrel.
Have you seen the episode of SpongeBob SquarePants where SpongeBob is trying to get all of the things done that they would have done together all winter in one episode because he's afraid of Sandy going into hibernation?
Yeah.
And it's just a like 25-minute long music video for Pantera.
It's wonderful.
It is excellent.
Ridiculous.
I love that Sandy is a Pantera fan.
Mhm.
And that's metal as fuck.
What is
Absolutely.
Pantera? Is it a metal thing?
This is a metal band.
Ah,
Yeah.
no.
I thought we were talking about where you get the bread.
Yeah, that's what I was
That's
thinking.
Panera.
Pantera
Like,
bread?
yeah, that bread.
Oh man, I love
Yeah.
soups at Pantera bread.
Yeah, for sure, that bread.
Sandy Cheeks, a memory of Sandy Cheeks. Like I watched a good amount of SpongeBob growing up, but in recent memory, a few years ago, we got to see the SpongeBob musical in New York with the original actors playing in it too. And I got to like see
SpongeBob was there?
SpongeBob was there, and he was
That's
not
sick.
dating Ariana Grande at the time, but he was there, and the rest of the cast was there, and Sandy Cheeks in that musical. First of all, that musical is super underrated. It's amazing. It's like you're like, oh, you're going in for a kids musical, kind of, but it's fucking fun and great songs. Anyways, Sandy has this song that Laura and I and we share with our nephews and nieces and all the kids, and it's just catchy. It's called Chop to the Top. If you ever play it for some children, they go crazy for it because it goes chop to the top, chop to the chop. Come on and keep it moving. Don't stop till you drop. Come on and chop.
All I'm hearing is High School Musical, but I believe
Come on
you.
and chop, and then you keep chopping, and you keep chopping, and kids love to chop. So it's a
Hell
great,
yeah.
great kids song, but it's also a great life lesson. And you know, you want to chop to the top.
Top
I really
real
like
quick.
that we had a song that the three of us all knew and you had no idea anything about, and then you got one for yourself that none of us had knew.
Well, I guess I love musicals more than any of you, including you, Axe.
Oh, okay.
He was just in a musical. That's the joke. Victoria.
Hello again. For my second nomination, I would like to nominate a rat that was hard done by, but then turned evil. That is Amy the Rat from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Amy was first in season 1, episode The Witch. She had her body taken from her by her mother, who wanted to relive her high school glory days as a cheerleader. Buffy and the gang saved her from this fate of living in her mother's body forever. And then she reappeared in the episode Gingerbread, where Hansel and Gretel, which were the embodiment of a demon who liked to stir paranoia, came and turned the parents of Sunnydale against the witches. And in order to escape being burned at the stake alongside Buffy, Amy the rat said, Goddess Hecate, work thy will. Before thee, let the unclean thing crawl, and turned into a rat. She did get away. However, it wasn't until season 6. So that's a good like 5 years where Willow became powerful enough to turn her back into a human. She then turned on Willow. It wasn't great. Season 6 was hard for us Buffy fans. But I would nominate Amy the rat.
Amy the rat.
Any other Buffy fans here? No,
I have not watched Buffy. I'm so sorry.
that's okay. You will.
Axe
It's
famously
great.
only watched Angel.
I haven't seen either. How bad is that?
I watched Buffy. It's been a long time since I watched Buffy.
Yeah.
I only
You
vaguely
remember Amy?
I remember of Amy, but I don't remember her arc or anything like that. It's been so long since I've seen. We should just watch Buffy again. Yeah.
It's so good.
so
She
good.
turns evil, spoiler, but
Buffy?
yeah. No. Well,
I like that.
I mean, Will
the
sure
80th
does. for a
episode.
bit.
No, Amy the rat does that. She does turn evil. She becomes quite vindictive. But like in her defense, by season like 4, Willow was definitely powerful enough to turn her back into a human and just forgot about her and left her in a cage in her room. Like
Rude.
So whose
Yeah.
fault is it really?
it's
I'd turn evil.
Willow's.
Yeah.
It's
Willow's fault.
Joss Whedon's.
Careless.
That's the answer. It's Joss Whedon's
Everything
fault.
is kind of Joss Whedon's
Yeah.
fault. But yeah.
Amy the Rat as the second nomination. Let's move on to Jess. What do you have?
So following suit from my first nomination, I have another group of rodents. However, from a new category of rodent that we haven't really spoken about yet, I'm going to go with the music group, TV series starring, film actors, award winners, and they created a new style of musical recording, which I think is pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and say Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh,
Yes.
These guys.
They are impressive. They've had a career spanning since 1958 to present day, with only taking a 1-year hiatus in 1972. They've got multiple Grammys. They've got a top 100 album.
Is this true?
Like,
All this is true.
Bro, look at all my notes on Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Jess is showing me her phone, which I cannot see through Zoom.
Listen, I don't see anything on the text, so I believe it.
This could be just a big letter from Victoria of how much she loves
It's
you.
just like a dirty, like erotic friend fiction I sent her earlier, but it has Alvin and the Chipmunks in it.
It's
Yes.
the 5 of us.
Yeah.
Which one am I?
What's the girl one?
Brittany, Jeanette, and Eleanor.
Eleanor.
They don't count, though. They don't count.
No, I'm talking the OG Alvin, Theodore, and Simon.
Yeah.
This is a great group nom. This is another nomination that I was like, yes, they have to be together because it's.
They do.
I mean, I know it's Alvin and the Chipmunks, but it really is just all of them.
It's also still Diana Ross and the Supremes, right?
I was just gonna say Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah.
It's all of them. It's all of them. They don't really look like chipmunks, and I know we can get this in their second half here, but do they look like chipmunks to you? They
Yes.
look like
I mean, they
They're
do
cartoons.
They do look like animated, anthropomorphic, clothed chipmunks. Yes.
Yeah.
that are taller than chipmunks usually are too, probably.
Well, yeah, Simon's the tall one. Whatever.
Yeah. Are you gonna get on Theodore for being a little chubby?
We're not going to
No,
body
Theodore's my favorite.
anybody in the podcast.
I'm a Theodore stan.
Yeah.
Theodore's my fave. Alvin, the worst of the bunch. But-
Oh, he just wants a hula hoop.
Yeah, you're right. Final round of nominations for these vermin, for these rodents. There's a lot of them.
Round 3.
Yep.
I'm
Yeah.
going to say one that is, at this point, I think we need to get in the obvious one. We've been avoiding it, but I think he deserves it. He has crossed so many different generations with his influence, and recently he was kind of parody and spoofed in Oscar award winning Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'm talking about the movie Ratatouille. I'm talking about Remy.
Yeah.
Remy
The
has to be,
Ratatouille.
you know what I mean? If an Oscar award winning movie can kind of spoof Ratatouille, you know this rat has legs and arms and hands to control people with through your hair. So anyways, Ratatouille, Remy is the rat who is very, very good at cooking. But, you know, he doesn't want to get found out because, like, rats in a kitchen cooking, gross. So he has to take control of his, like, pal, Linguini, and he's just underneath Linguini's, like, chef's hat, pulling out his hair and making these amazing dishes. And, yeah, He even gets to turn around the villain, Anton Ego, at the very end of the movie. And he's just like, you know what? Rats can cook. And that's the lesson for all of us, is that any animal can cook. And
Let him cook.
yeah, let him cook, Remy.
Yeah. We need to abolish that
Excellent
stereotype.
nom.
Absolutely.
Did nobody think of Remy?
No, yeah.
It was on my Ani Mensch list.
Oh, man.
On the list for sure.
The dude can like use a full human knife on his own. That's fucking crazy.
Right.
Knife. I haven't watched Ratatouille in a long time.
I think he like he peels
strength.
stuff. Yeah. He
He
also
lift, bro.
he also uses linguine to like cut things too. You know what I mean? Anyways.
Let's be real. Yeah.
Anyways, Remy, what do you have, Axe, as your final nomination?
I mean, if you want to talk ubiquitous, I think we can't really go any further without speaking about a little yellow electric mouse named Pikachu.
That's right. That's right.
That I mean, I
mouse?
could.
He is an electric mouse.
He's an electric mouse.
What did you think he was?
Absolutely.
A Pikachu.
He's a Pokemon.
Honestly, fair.
Okay, you know what? That's fine.
Fair.
That's fine. I'll
I
take
thought it
that.
was name and species. I'm into it. I'm not criticizing it. I just I didn't know he was a mouse.
No. In the Pokemon world, you're not wrong. They don't have mice. They have Pikachu. They have other mice. But
Is
they're
it
not-
in the Pokedex, it literally says like electric mouse or something like
Yes.
that? Okay.
Absolutely.
So they do have mice.
Erica's gonna be so mad at me for not nominating Pikachu.
Don't let her listen to this episode.
I mean, she's 3.
There's been a lot of
Arguably
cursing.
languages.
Yeah, Pikachu has been the mascot of the highest grossing entertainment franchise of all time for I think a good 3 decades now, more.
Yeah.
And it's for good reason. He's absolutely adorable, incredibly powerful in all of the TV shows and movies and stuff. Cute as hell. Really, really cool to be around.
Refuses to evolve.
Yes, for some reason.
Refuses.
Doesn't
Not
want to
everybody
be.
just believes Raichu sucks. And that's unfortunate for Raichu, but we don't care.
He doesn't want to be locked up in a little ball. He's like, nah, bro, I want to adventure with my pals.
And I want to wear my
exactly.
owner's
Sure, he
hat
doesn't
backwards
grow.
sometimes. You know?
Yeah.
Do my own
The only
fucking thing.
Pokemon with free will. Pikachu.
He wants to be voiced by Ryan Reynolds or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I
Right.
forgot that.
The
Should-
second
Detective
Pikachu movie,
Pikachu?
Yeah.
Mm.
it was fun as hell. I had a
It was
good
pretty
time.
good. It was pretty good. It should have been Danny DeVito as Pikachu, but, you know.
That's
Oh, that would've been
hilarious.
Should have
So
been.
anyway, I started shocking.
Yeah.
That would have been fun. Yeah, Pikachu is going to be my last one.
It's pretty good. That was on my list too. I was between Remy and Pikachu, so I'm glad you brought up Pikachu. And also, like Pokemon, like Ash Ketchum finished his Pokemon journey just like a few months ago, as of this recording, and I'm pretty sure they're doing more Pokemon. And Pikachu is once again the face of Pokemon. You know, they have a clean slate. They could have been any other Pokemon. They could be the mascot now. Nope, still
But
Pikachu.
like,
They retired Ash Ketchum.
He
Yeah.
did it. He's a Pokemon master. He did it.
Spoilers!
This was news. Like, well, you're gonna watch all of Pokemon?
I mean, if you want the last few,
He has a 3-year-old.
I'm like on season 5 or 6 or something with my kiddo.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
last few
But,
seasons
I
were
mean,
pretty
I-
compelling.
Historically, I've never cared about spoilers. So, like, go ahead, tell me
Yeah.
everything there is to know about.
That's all I know. That's all I know. Victoria, final nomination. What do you got?
Amazing. Yes, thank you. I will be nominating a duo. My favorite rodent duo, if I'm being frank, Bernard and Bianca from The Rescuers.
Oh, wow. 2 rescuers noms.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 rescuers noms. I like what I like. I love these 2. Bianca kind of reminds me of my grandma because she's classy and beautiful. And Bernard is just this sweet, lovely man who wants to do the right thing and loves Bianca. And both of them are so brave. Bernard, arguably more because he's overcoming fear. They have saved small children in both swamp and down under.
And down under.
Down under. They have repeatedly worked with John Candy in the form of a bird. I love these two mice. They are fantastic and wonderful. Bernard and Bianca of The Rescuers.
Great, great. Is it Bernard? I always said Bernard, but does it matter? Is it one of those like?
Bianca says Bernard.
Because she would. She has an accent to her.
Okay.
So she would.
Nice.
What about it?
Have you seen Rescuers or Rescuers Down Under, Jess, Axe?
I watched Rescuers Down Under several times throughout my
Wow.
childhood.
That's arguably
Yeah.
the worst one out of the 2. Arguably. Out of the two?
It's
I would say
Joanna,
that in
the
his
large
company.
iguana.
Yes,
with
I know
the egg.
Joanna. Yes.
Joanna.
They're both good. I like the first one. There's a quality to it that's like, whoa, can't believe they're doing this.
In my youth, I can't be blamed for the media that was presented to me. So
Yeah.
if we're gonna kick stones at anybody, we can
Not
do
their
that
fault.
You're right.
towards my parents who
Yeah.
brought Rescuers Down Under home from the DVD rental store.
I never
Also,
watched it either until the podcast.
The first one was really good, but like I don't even remember her name. The villain in it was just kind of like a ripoff Miss Hannigan, or Miss Hannigan was like a ripoff that lady. I don't know. Either way,
Right.
archetype.
Right. Great nomination. I would have even taken those two are almost at the cusp of like I would have taken one or the other, but I think it makes sense to just pool them together.
They're so good as
they're
a team. That's the
team.
point.
They're a
Like it
team.
weakens the sauce otherwise.
Yeah, that's right.
You go to their little mouse UN meetings.
Yes. Or it's very cute in Rescuers Down Under. He's trying to propose to Bianca. He's really trying to propose, and it's just a huge, like, it's a very cute thing, and he doesn't get to do it until later in the movie, until the very end. Last nomination, Jess, you got to bring us home. There is thousands and hundreds of rodents out there that we have not mentioned, but you get the honor of nominating one more. What is it going to be?
Yeah, of the thousands and hundreds that there are to choose from, I'm choosing one that goes back to beyond our times. I'm going to pull from Norse mythology that's been brought down through storytelling and several video game franchises. The sassy little bastard. I'm gonna nominate Ratatasker, who's the squirrel that ferries insults up and down the world tree between the evil at the top and the dragon at the bottom.
I do know this. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's great. He's just a hilarious little messenger of burns, which I think is a super fun time. He's been in the God of War series.
Yeah, that's how I know him.
Fair. And like several other video game, I've got maybe 15 other video games on this list that this character has been brought to life as a part of.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's just a really fun little character that comes from forever ago.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
Ratatasker, is that it?
Ratatasker.
Ratatasker.
Yeah. Axe, you seem to know a lot about Ratatasker with that. You correct me.
Well, I mean, a little bit, mostly just because like it's a subject of Norse mythology that I kind of stumbled upon when I was doing research, but also like I'm a mythology buff, so I just didn't remember Ratatasker when I was like looking at things. So it's good to see it nominated. It's fun.
Cool. Victoria.
And also, I really liked him in God of War too. That was fun.
Yeah, he was fun. Victoria, anything on Ratatasker?
No, I'm excited to learn about Ratatasker.
Okay, great. So if you had to voice Ratatasker, like right now, you don't know not much about him, but if I'm like, Vic, we have this really important line read. You need to say this.
Yeah.
How do you think he would sound?
Okay, so just based on him being like Norse, I think he would have like a Stellan Skarsgård-esque
Oh, shit.
voice. And he'd be like, I'm Ratatasker. But like it'd be like Stellan Skarsgård, but deeper. Like,
Yeah, like almost Christian Bale Batman is what we're
The
calling.
tiny little dude with
he's tiny.
an incredibly deep voice.
You've nailed it. That's exactly what it sounds
I
like.
want cheese,
That's great.
cheese and bitches.
Well, everyone, that is the end of the first round of ranked. We'll be back. No, now I'm doing Batman. Shit. We're gonna be back, and then we'll rank top 5 fictional rodents.
Hey, what's going on? We are Pull the Plug Podcast with myself, Mrs. Godzilla.
And me, Justin G.
Myself, Justin Briner.
And me, Sarah M.
Pull the Plug Podcast, it's a place where music fans, pop culture nerds, and people who love dick jokes come together each week.
A place of worship, if you will.
Check us out at ptppodcast.com for all your dick needs.
Top five.
Hey everyone, we are back, ready to rank some fictional rodents. It's me, Batman, again. You want to try your Ratatasker, Victoria? I need to hear it again.
Stellan Skarsgård.
The Stellan Skarsgård, right? Okay.
I want cheese and bitches.
I
That's
just hear Batman. I just hear Batman.
No, it's deeper.
It's deeper than Batman?
Oh, you don't get me.
Yeah, we're back from our break. I was able to steal some of Axe's cheese. It's okay. I just want to share it with the people. Jess, want some cheese? You a cheese person?
I fucking love cheese. Yeah, send it over, bro.
Yeah, this one is a truffle. It's a truffle manchego. How do you feel about that?
That sounds great.
Sounds fancy. Sounds like something you learned on Top 5 cheeses. That maybe
100% is. I was like, what's the fanciest cheese I can think of right now? I don't want to just say
from Simone's mom's
cheddar.
fridge.
Listen to Top 5 cheeses. Let's go ahead and say out loud all of the rodents that we have on this list here. There's a ton of them. There is a bunch that are missing here. I heard something about a big mouse not making this list.
Hey, save it. Save it.
Save it for last.
How do you mention his tongue? Come on.
I love when you guys say that to me.
Say
my rules back to me.
Yeah.
Say that to him, but slower. Holy shit.
Okay, we have Master Splinter, Rufus from Kim Possible, Jake from Rescue As Down Under, Pinky in the Brain, Rizzo the Rat, Sandy Cheeks, I'm losing the voices, Amy the Rat, Alvin and the Chipmunks, Remy from Ratatouille, Pika Pika, Pikachu, bitches, Bernard and Bianca, or Bernard, as Bianca would say, and Ratatuska as the last final nomination here. Let's go ahead and star nominations for further consideration. How about we get Axe, star nomination that isn't one of your own?
Okay. I'm going to go with Pinky in the Brain.
Excellent choice.
Solid
Excellent
choice. Solid choice.
Honestly, a lot of these nominations are pretty fucking good. I will say. Let's go to Jess. Jess, what do you want to star for further consideration?
Pika. Yeah, for sure. Pikachu. Yeah.
Okay. Pika Pika. Victoria.
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Wow.
I love those guys.
Guys, double stars. I'm for it.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I want to star Sandy Cheeks.
Ooh.
Okay, we have Sandy Cheeks, we have Pikachu, we have Pinky in the Brain, and Alvin and the Chipmunks. How about we open the floor up? Is there any other nominations on this list that we want to fight for, talk more about? Anything at all, we'll star it and discuss it. And anybody can
Master
go.
Splinter.
I was going to say.
Master Splinter.
I'd include
We all
Splinter.
had him on our list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has to be discussed.
Yeah.
Certainly.
It's one of those.
Is anything else one of those? I would say Remy is one of those. He's up for discussion, I think.
I mean, we can extend the discussion if you like, but I think a lot of these other mice have a larger impact.
Then Remy?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
got what, like a movie
And a musical.
and a musical?
True.
Alvin and the
And
Chipmunks
a
are
ride.
award winners across multi-disciplines. Like,
I just said that his influence from Ratatouille crossed over to an Oscar award-winning movie.
Yeah, but how far does his influence extend beyond that one restaurant?
What in universe? In universe?
In
Okay.
France, of all places.
We're really gonna let a French rat take a spot on this? Like,
I don't hear no accent. I don't hear no accent from Remy.
Patton Oswalt.
That's right. Yeah, how French is that? I'm starring him. He has to be discussed. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, actually.
Pulling rank.
Yeah.
Pulling rank.
That's
it's okay.
right.
He can star him. We all get to vote.
Yeah.
Well, I'm changing the rules again.
I do feel very strongly about Rizzo, the rat.
Yeah, I was
Like,
gonna say.
I love that boy.
Okay. I like that boy too.
I like that he breaks the fourth wall.
Okay, here we go. Here are the ones that aren't starred, and let me know if you feel like you want to talk more about them. Rufus, Axe. You ready? Let Rufus go?
I love Rufus a lot, but we have a lot of like really, really big solid contenders.
Mm-hmm.
I love Rufus a lot. I'm just gonna listen to the Naked Mole rap on repeat as I go to bed.
How does it go?
Yo, listen up, Papa Holla from Ron. Naked Mole Rap is the name of the song. Here's the story in all his glory. Ain't hot nothing. Y'all know what the truth is. How Ron met Rufus. Never that. Yo, I know the whole fucking thing.
That is crazy.
Like,
At first, when I
yeah.
asked Axe, he looked like he hesitated as if he didn't know, and then all of a sudden he transformed into Rufus.
I've never forgotten it, and I don't know why. I mean, technically, Ron is the one rapping, but it's the Naked Mole rap. Come on. Yeah.
Wow.
It's in there.
Okay, well, that's amazing. And it's cut. How about we go, what about Jake from Rescue? Or, Jake, Bernard, and Bianca. They all representing Rescuers Down Under here.
None of my noms have been starred, and I'm okay with that. I just felt like Jake in particular needed to be mentioned because 4 years ago, he is what sparked the idea for this podcast.
And you don't think
It was foretold.
You don't think that he deserves more attention then on this
I think
list?
he does, but I also understand that not everyone is getting as horned up for this drawing as I historically have and am. So I accept it. Like more for me.
Yeah, more drawing for me.
Is the hot Australian mouse from Rescuers Down Under fanfic?
If there is, I will find it. And if there isn't, I will write it.
If you could post it in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a gorgeous mouse.
I've got a fanfic reading coming up in the next month.
He's a hot dude. He is a hot dude. I'm not sure if he made any top 5 cartoon crushes, but if he didn't, he should have been.
Ooh, he should.
That'd be a horny ass episode.
Amy the Rat.
It's okay. She's niche.
She's
I get
niche.
it.
Okay.
I don't know her. I'm sorry, bro.
It's okay. It's okay.
Honestly,
this is for the deep cut fans, the ones who get me.
The ones who have rode with Victoria for years.
Kind of people who appreciated things like another pizza and cheese from Simone's fridge and all of the other really ridiculous things that occasionally get nominated. This is for you guys.
Oh, that's really nice. And I could have went to bat for Bernard and Bianca, but there is a lot of good group noms already on this list. So I see like Pinky in the Brain, for example. If we're going to do a duo, I love Pinky in the Brain. I grew up with Pinky in the Brain. So, and
I did get added to the Disney Dummy group chat while we were recording this, and I see you've been removed because of your choices on this episode. So I think that this, what happens happens.
Okay, have fun editing Disney Dummies then. It's a shit show. So. I kid. Ratatasker. What do we think of here? Is it going to make the list?
Like, I love him. He's immortal, which is pretty cool, and has a lot of history in the video gaming world. But I totally get also if it's a little bit niche.
Do you have extra facts that you want to throw? Like, do you think that would make a case for him to stay? I just don't know enough except for his part in God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah, that part's pretty good. He was a normal squirrel who almost died to a predator, but was granted immortality by the gods when he arrived at the World Tree, and they made him like a tenant of the tree, so he cares for it, as well as being a messenger between worlds, which is pretty sweet.
It's pretty freaking sweet. It's pretty sweet. It is sweet.
Yeah, and he's sassy and foul-mouthed kind of buck just like me.
I see the resemblance. Okay, he sounds great, but obviously these other ones also sound, or I know these ones, most of them inside and out. So here are the ones that we have: Master Splinter, Rizzo the Rat, Remy, Sandy Cheeks, Pikachu, Pinky in the Brain, and Alvin and the Chipmunks. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need to cut 2 of them, but let's go ahead and do locks. So how locks work is I'm going to read the list one more time. We're all going to say if it's a lock or not. It has to be unanimous. If we all say it's a lock, it's going to likely make the top 5, but it's not binding. Just a way for us to kind of navigate the conversations. But if anyone hesitates a little bit, we just move on, and that just means we discuss them a little bit more. So how about we'll start from the bottom up here, and we'll go Alvin and the Chipmunks. Lock or no lock?
Lock. All right.
Axe.
I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. Both Victoria and Jess just dropped their jaw onto the ground in disappointment. Wow.
TV stars.
You don't have to make your case yet.
Award winners in the music industry.
Alvin is voiced by like Justin Long or something. That seems like a guy who'd be up your alley.
Or something.
Their career started in 1958 and hasn't ended yet.
They have a Christmas Carol.
Listen,
they influenced our
make your case.
Grandparents as children and our children as children
Make
too.
your case after we finish locks. Pinky and the Brain. Pinky and the Brain. Lock or no lock? Lock. What? Okay. Okay. My jaw's with Justin, Victoria right now.
Now you get it. Now you get it.
I get it.
Your soft palate there.
Now, Pinky and the Brain. No, I'm just kidding. We'll move on. Grammy Award winning Pinky and the Pikachu. Lock or no lock?
Lock.
I could see it.
I would lock it. He's very influential.
My only relationship to Pokemon was watching my stepbrother play the original video game on weekend mornings, which I enjoyed, but I have never built an emotional connection to Pikachu myself.
So when you see Pikachu walking, like, you know, you're walking through a mall or whatever, and you see a Pikachu in the window, you have nothing.
No.
Nothing for it.
I think that's cute. It's cute.
Yeah, it's cute that this is still a thing 30 years later.
No, I just mean like the animation is very cute. Like it's a very cute little character, but like I don't know very much about it.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, Jess just about tripped there, but we've survived. Look, Jess has it's a temporary tattoo.
Yes,
It's a sticker. I just brought out from my jacket pocket this afternoon a Pikachu sticker and a Pikachu pin that I bought today.
Jess is committed.
Wow.
So
for the podcast?
No, for my child, but
Wow.
Well, in my back pocket, I have a rat. No. Squeaking.
Yeah.
I gotta make it more out of my pocket.
Yeah. Down my pants is Alvin and the Chipmunks right now. Okay. Not yet for Pikachu, it seems like. Sandy Cheeks. Lock or no lock?
I've never watched SpongeBob.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, man.
But
I don't think her influence reaches as far as some of these other.
Yeah,
are you sure?
A little bit older, guys. We do need to remember there's a small age gap here.
I mean, I feel like SpongeBob is still going on. And I know you're not going to go and watch SpongeBob today because you were an adult. But, I mean, certainly you must know Sandy Cheeks and a little bit about her.
I can picture the pink squirrel.
I think she's regular squirrel.
Just a regular
color,
squirrel.
She has like a kind of space because she's underwater.
The one with the spacesuit.
Spacesuit. She has a dome that she like hangs out in.
She lives in a dome.
She lives in a dome. She chops to the top. She has her own song in the music. Anyways.
Like I love that about her. She sounds like a real squirrel boss. But
exactly
I'm not
what she
familiar.
is.
She's got a Texan accent.
Dope. Love that for her.
I was gonna break out into a Texan accent, but as we know,
well,
I couldn't even do
Beyonce said, this ain't Texas.
This is Hold'em? Is that the lyric?
I think so.
I don't know. Ain't no Hold'em.
Ain't no Hold'em.
Axe definitely knows the song, but we must continue. You can do the rap later, the Rufus rap. Okay, how about Remy from Ratatouille? I would lock him. We don't like a rat who can cook, who can make you a meal.
I like him a lot, but if we're gonna talk influence, then Remy doesn't reach the same levels at all. You know, Ratatouille was great, but it's like
that's crazy to me. That is crazy to me.
I did really enjoy not Remy themselves.
We're talking about Remy.
I know, but what I enjoyed was the TikTok Ratatouille musical hubbub that happened early 2020.
Mm-hmm.
That is where my love for the character comes from.
Mm-hmm.
So not from the character themselves.
No, but from how hilarious people who were going crazy alone in their rooms were. I like that. I like that Remy was there for them to cling to. Remy the Ratatouille, the rat of all their dreams.
Remy is not a Ratatouille. Ratatouille is a meal. For those...
we'll take it up with TikTok.
Do you think they care?
Problems enough. They're being banned
they're
everywhere.
Time.
Yeah,
give them a break, Tongue.
Most people call Remy Ratatouille. They're like, oh, you know Ratatouille? No, that's the name of the movie or the dish.
So arguably, most people don't even refer to this character by their name.
What is most people? What is this most people nonsense?
People refer to the Pokemon franchise.
This podcast has always been about the people on the call, and anyone who is not on the call. Victoria, say it. Just say it.
Hey, why don't you just go fuck yourself?
Thank you. Thank you for doing the Lord's work there. This is the only thing Victoria and I align on every episode is saying fuck you to the audience. Yeah. Our listeners that we love. Okay, Rizzo.
I can get behind Rizzo.
I can get behind Rizzo too.
Fucking love that Muppet.
I feel like
in that Muppet movie with Jason Segel?
Just the Muppets, the regular one?
If I were in that movie and they had that whole sequence where it was like, am I a man or am I a Muppet? My Muppet alter ego would be Rizzo.
I think my Muppet alter ego is Gonzo.
I know. That's why we're such a good team.
Who mine is? I gotta take a BuzzFeed quiz or something. But
I want to be Beaker from the Muppets.
You're good, you would, yeah.
Anyways, we gotta do top 5 Muppets. My God. Okay, Rizzo is not locked, it sounds like, yet. Unfortunate.
I can't.
No.
I mean, if you're not going to lock Alvin and the Chipmunks, I can't lock Rizzo.
You could.
Let's get into the bargaining phase.
We're almost there. Master Splinter, lock or no lock?
I thought we already locked him.
Hard lock.
Okay, we have not already locked him. Okay, we were able to lock Master Splinter and Pinky and the Brain. That's who we locked. So the ones that are in discussion now, we need 3 more on this list. Or other way to think about it is we need to cut 2. Is we have Rizzo the Rat, Remy, Sandy Cheeks, Pikachu, Alvin and the Chipmunks. Did I miss one? I think that's it.
Oh, I think that's it.
I think we could probably cut Sandy. I'm sorry, X.
That's honestly, that's okay.
She does karate.
I mean, comparatively to the rest of the ones that are remaining on this list unlocked, I think she's at the lower end of it anyway.
Yeah, and a lot of people do karate.
I would. I mean, shit. I'll do their same brand of karate. I feel like I would cut Remy for the same reason.
I'm not disagreeing with
that.
you.
That is insane to me. First of all, okay, I will. Sandy Cheeks makes sense, but maybe it's because I'm a Pixar pal. I'm a Disney dummy, but like Ratatouille is way bigger than what this group is giving credit for. Like, I can't understand.
I don't believe
that. I would agree that Remy is bigger than Sandy Cheeks, which is just a pun about sand on your butt.
Yeah,
which is hilarious.
What's wrong with that?
I do like it. I'm just saying that, like, arguably Remy is bigger than Sandy Cheeks, but neither of them is anywhere near in like the stratosphere that is Alvin and the Chipmunks.
But that doesn't. I don't want to go into this popularity contest, anyways. Like this.
It's not a popularity.
This is a popularity contest. This is like who knows.
No, this was your idea.
Yes, but this is your both. All of this. Everyone in this room is like. Who knows this outside of this room? Who knows these characters most? And that's just a silly way to rank things, because otherwise, things like
we speak for the people.
We do speak for the people.
We have a job to do.
We've also said "fuck you" to the people 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's a love-hate relationship.
Axe, you're saying something. Axe, you're saying something.
For the people at home, Victoria was just holding a knife up to the camera.
A butter knife.
Yeah.
I was just saying I think popularity is too reductive a way to put it.
Oh, says someone who's very popular.
Well, yeah, I mean I can't help being fucking beautiful and amazing and popular.
Axe just flipped his non-hair. He has.
He did. A little flippy.
Yeah, I think it's a little more than that. I don't quite have the words to qualify how we judge these things. Like,
thank God this is an audio medium then. Listen, I've had 2/3 of a beer and I am ready to fight.
I love when Victoria's in a fighting mood because I'm also in the mood to fight for no goddamn reason except a fight.
I love it.
But listen, like, I can hear your argument to an extent, but I do think, like, we can't just be like, who recognizes this character the most outside of this room? Because otherwise, it feels like there's always things in ranked where it's like passion and how cool the character is and what they do in their respective source that they come from, all these aspects that make a good character and a good rodent. But anyways, with all that said, I think at least we can cut Sandy Cheeks. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. We're good with that. Okay. You know what's funny? This was about to be one of the shortest episodes of Ranked ever because like we're doing very good for time, shockingly. Yeah. But all of a sudden, now I feel like it's going to take 3 hours.
We had you in the first half, not going to lie.
We all held our opinions to ourselves in the nomination phase and are now ready to throw down.
Do you hear how supportive everyone was after every nom? I'm like, yes,
no,
oh my God,
no, that's not true. I said something and everyone's like, tongue, yeah. Okay.
That's how it goes when you're the parent of the thing. The kids gang up against you.
Be nice, Pod Daddy.
Be nice.
You're winning me back.
He needs to go on merch.
Yes.
I would like a koozie for my beer that says "Be nice, Pod Daddy."
Sweater.
I will make it happen if you guys buy it.
I'll buy merch.
Okay. I'm just gonna say the ones that are start again because the audience needs to recontextualize what we said because there was a lot of yelling at each other, a lot of emotions that just bubbles up inside. Rizzo, Remy, Pikachu, Alvin. 3 of those need to make the list. what is the guaranteed out of those 4 that, like, if we're going to relock anything, but is there anything that's like Alvin has to be there, Pikachu has to be there, Remy has to be there, Rizzo has to be there?
I think Pikachu and Alvin and the Chipmunks need to be there.
I support Alvin. Yeah, Alvin, not so much Pikachu.
I can support Alvin as well.
I think Alvin and the Chipmunks as a group, they have a lot of global influence. Like, they are everywhere.
I also personally freaking love the modern movies that they made with like I love a jukebox musical, okay? I know. It's one of my greatest flaws, but I do. Those movies are great. Alan Cross is the villain. Like, what are we doing? You know?
There are like 2 or 3 of them, aren't there?
Yeah.
They were fun.
Chipwrecked when they bring in the Chipettes.
Honestly, Chipwrecked is up there with Sandy.
Oh, good.
In terms of wordplay. Like I can definitely agree with that. Honestly, with what we've got left, I think Alvin, but also, Pikachu. If we're talking global influence in any way, if we're talking feats during the shows and shit, like Pikachu's got all of that on lock.
Okay, I'll allow it. I know I'm the holdout for Pikachu, so I will allow it to be further discussed.
Okay, I'll allow Alvin, and I will allow... Yeah, you're right about Pikachu. I think you know what it is. It comes from like a Pokemon burnout, I suppose. I have not. You feel it, Axe? You understand?
I can get that, absolutely. I can't deny how far Pikachu has come.
I also think that like Pokemon as a whole is carried through every new generation. So like, sure, you reach peak out, but it's kind of timeless for new people that are joining into the franchise. Like they have so much that they get to experience with it. And Pikachu is such a great and noble character that like...
Listen, I have nephews at Pokemon age. All of them now are going nuts about things that I used to go nuts at their age. And they're telling me about all these Pokemon that I'm like, I already know these Pokemon. And then they're like Mewtwo and Bulbasaur. I'm like, yeah, I know these guys. And now they're saying names of things that I don't know. And now I feel old. Pokemon,
it's a lot to keep up with.
It's a lot. But
because you love them.
Also, like, it can't be ignored how iconic Pokemon Go was. Like, Pokemon Go, I tried playing it once. Actually, it was with Leslie, but otherwise it wasn't for me, mostly because I couldn't afford data at the time. But people were so into that game. Like, I love that for them.
I feel badly for Pokemon Go because while it was a huge success, if that shit had to come out in 2020 or 2021, like in the pandemic era, for the like, just get out and go for a walk, play Pokemon Go. Yeah. Like, oh man, it would have taken off.
They should have capitalized on the pandemic. Yeah. That is one.
I'm sure there were still like running events and shit. I'm still there were people out and about whenever.
You guys don't remember. You guys don't remember what they did. They did.
I don't.
They went the other way. They were like, instead of getting people out to go, to Pokemon stops, they're like, in fact, what we're going to do is make it easier so you can stay home. Everyone stay home. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So Pokemon go inside was what was happening there.
That's funny.
Pokemon don't go.
Pokemon don't go.
Okay. Pikachu is locked. I understand the argument. You've made me come out of my Pokeball, Ultra Ball, Master Ball, and I accept this. I accept Pikachu. Now, we are in the final running here. Remy and Rizzo. I love both of these rats dearly for different reasons. They came up in different parts of my life, but I have more of an attachment to Remy than I do Rizzo. But I love Rizzo's spunk, which is why I nominated him in the first place. So I would love to hear from this panel here your real thoughts on this, and I'll do my best not to interrupt with my emotions.
What has Remy done other than cook a good ratatouille?
And sing.
He doesn't.
Rizzo can do that.
Remy doesn't sing.
Exactly.
You can't set me up like that.
Rizzo survived being frozen, flying with a Ghost of Christmas Past.
Facts.
He keeps Gonzo in line.
Facts.
He is the audience's, like counterpart in all of these incredible Muppet movies.
Fact.
He's a dope motherfucker, if I may
functionally
say so.
immortal and constantly caring for us and being like, y'all seeing this shit?
Don't pretend I don't see what's happening here. This is a classic Axe, Jess, and Victoria team up that's happening right now.
It's not a team
I
up,
see
Tuong. It's
right through
democracy of
you.
rank.
Yeah, we have no
Democracy
idea
in
what
action.
you're talking about. This isn't at all what happened with the word cunt.
Arguably, cunt is still number one.
Did
Did it not make number one? I thought it made number one.
It did make number one.
Yeah.
Just reminding everybody.
Okay, great. You just wanted to say the word again.
I did. Thank you.
Just letting you know that, her influence is everywhere.
Okay, great. I'm happy to hear that. Okay, Axe, I'm very curious about your opinion in the way that, you didn't really watch too many Muppets growing up, and you watched Ratatouille. Maybe it sounds like maybe once ever.
Oh no, I've seen it a couple
it?
of times for sure.
Okay.
It's not the Pixar movie that I go back to whenever I feel in the mood to watch a Pixar movie, but it's pretty great. It was a great time. I think the Muppets. I think the Muppets have more reach, if we want to quantify it that way. I think Rizzo has more personality. For damn sure, he's got that in spades. And that it only took me one movie to know that. I've still got the entire Muppets catalog to go through, and I'm very excited for that. But Treasure Island was a fucking blast. I might have also been tripping out on shrooms. But that only enhanced the experience.
Okay.
That only enhanced the experience.
Pause the podcast. We're going to wait for Axe to do some shrooms right now, watch Ratatouille, and sees if he cries or not when Remy makes a Ratatouille for Anton Ego, the most critical of critics out there in Paris. Okay?
I mean,
this guy, he is uncrackable. He is the guy who will take down your restaurant, take out a Michelin star, because he doesn't give a fuck. But Remy is out here, little guy, underdog, the underest of dogs. He's a fucking rat. And
not even a dog.
Not even his people, his rat family believes in him. But he doesn't anyways. This rat who could creates a meal that changes everyone's opinion on what rats can do, breaks Anton ego from his own ego, and he opens his mind to like, oh man, I guess anyone can cook, including rodents. And I think that's a wonderful thing. Victoria, Jess, you're not impressed. Let's hear your thoughts.
I just think Rizzo did all that too.
When? Did he make a meal?
And more.
I feel like Rizzo could cook.
Yeah, Rizzo can definitely.
You're just saying that. That's not fact.
Also, what I don't like about Ratatouille, here's my bone that I will pick. They were not clear enough on the ingredients of that dish, and for a very long time, I thought there was pepperoni in it.
Yeah, it's all vegetables.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with. Don't get me wrong. It's just I don't like being misled.
Yeah, and do you think kids like the fact that this is a whole ass vegetable dish? No, they wanted pepperoni as well.
Damn.
He was making a dish that Anton Ego only had when he was a child that his mother made him back in the day. He brought memories.
Okay, so let's make a movie about Kraft mac and cheese and hot dog wieners.
And you'd like
because
it.
that's what I ate as a child.
A
and
Canadian
we're all
classic.
emotional about it.
We're gonna win Oscars.
Well, you know what? Honestly, we probably would.
Did Ratatouille? I can't remember. Is Laura around? Damn it.
She was just sneaking around.
Like best animated movie 2007.
It might have. It might have.
But possibly.
It might have. I can't remember. Listen to Disney Dummies. You'll find out. I remember it back then. Also, I like to say, because like I like to reveal my hand sometimes in the way that like when I do research for these episodes, sometimes you want to just type in fictional rodents. Obviously, you come up with your own, and then you're like, what did I miss? What did I miss? Remy is like number one and up there. Not even number one. He's like he's on the top of most lists. Not very top. Well, I think one of them he was at the very top, but he's at the top of most lists. So if we're talking about like, oh, the people don't know Remy, the people don't know Remy, the people know Remy. Everyone knows Remy.
I don't think
he's a fan.
Audience, I would like to take us back about 15 minutes, if you wouldn't mind just hitting the backspace on this episode to when Tuong very aggressively made the argument that we should not consider your opinion.
We shouldn't.
Or outside influence whatsoever.
Shouldn't. But now I'm catering to you fuckers who use this against me. So I'm saying if you care about that, then here you go. You're saying that people don't know Remy, people don't think he has a big cultural influence. I think you're wrong. People clearly do. And that's that.
I agree with you. Like, I'm not saying that there isn't an influence from Remy. I think that the other ones on the list that we have a more influence
Including
on
Rizzo.
pop culture, media in general, on a rodenthood. So, like, I think Remy's a 6.
Does Remy have a Christmas Carol?
No,
He doesn't.
has Remy visited Manhattan?
No, he
Is he a
hasn't.
pirate?
He hasn't.
No.
He's never been a pirate.
Didn't go to Treasure Island.
Listen.
Has he raised turtles from childhood?
Did
into ninja?
not.
He has
Ooh.
not.
Listen,
No, he cooked a ratatouille.
Hasn't taken over the world.
He hasn't even tried.
He doesn't have a Grammy.
Not one.
Nope.
He's never been a detective.
he's a Michelin star restaurant. Isn't that big enough?
He lives in a hat.
Not anymore. No, he doesn't live in a hat. He controls his human from a hat, and he lives.
He works
One
in a
human, he controls a human. Pikachu works on a team with people.
At the end of the movie, he doesn't even have to like control the human anymore because everyone accepts that this rat can cook. Doesn't matter.
I'd just like to point how many times Tongue has backtracked on his selling features this episode.
I'm saying he can do many things. He can control people if he wants, or he can do it on his own. He's a multi.
You know who's never
faceted
controlled
cook.
people is Pikachu. Pikachu is just like, this is the right thing to do. This is what we should do.
Is
Pikachu has
he
free will.
controlling you right now? Is he in your headphones?
You
Tongue,
take that
Tongue,
chef hat
take off
off
your
right
headphones.
now.
Take that chef
I'm
hat
not.
off.
I'm not gonna do it. You
Tongue,
can't make me. You
You've
can't
been
make me.
wearing it the entire episode.
can't
Take that
make me.
chef hat off your head.
You know, it wasn't suspicious until right now.
If Remy was here, he would not be on my head. He would
If
be.
Remy was here, he would
Little pants rat.
Well, pants. We love a pants rat. We love a pants rat, right, Axe?
If Remy was here, he wouldn't be able to do anything because you're not currently cooking.
That
But Rizzo could be a guest on this podcast.
Rizzo would be staring the camera down, being like, can you believe this shit?
Okay. I see where the wind is blowing, and honestly, I'm a big Rizzo fan, but we needed to have the argument. For the record, though, Rizzo is always going to be on this list for me. The one that I was not feeling was Pikachu. If I were to draw the line in the sand here, but anyways, sorry, Remy. I guess you can't cook. Guess you can't cook at all. Sorry.
Said that. Come on.
Yeah, he doesn't need our approval. He's got those 5 stars.
He can cook. It's just that that's all that he does.
What? No.
Really good at
You want me to get
I
back
said
into
what I
this?
said,
You want me to
man.
get back into this?
No, we don't need to.
You want to get
Glorified puppeteer is what he is.
He
Anyways, we can move on.
he's a little rat that
He's
could.
just the Jim Henson of the Muppets.
I just wanted to make
He's the
him-
Jim Henson of the Pixar world.
There's no other underdogs on this list. Anyways,
Yeah, because they're all overdogs. They're all top dogs.
they are all top dogs.
dogs.
I was trying to get variety on this list. Come on. Okay.
Technically, none of these are dogs. They're all rodents. None
Under
of these
rats,
belong to the
Thank you,
canine family.
under
They're-
rodents
Head back
doesn't
in
sound
the
right.
game.
Thank you so much, Jess.
Okay, here we go. After all of that, we have Alvin and the Chipmunks, Pinky and the Brain, Pikachu, Rizzo the Rat, and Master Splinter. We need to rank them 5 to 1. I've run out of energy. What is number 5?
Oh,
Axe, what's number 5?
What is number 5? I think Pinky and the Brain.
You shut your mouth.
Well, what else have y'all got? I think Pinky and the Brain is number 5. It's not a bad thing.
I think given the current discourse that we just had between who to cut off the list last,
Pikachu.
Rizzo's gonna be number 5.
Okay,
I would've put Rizzo
this crazy
fourth.
because I was gonna say Pikachu, number 5.
I
would've
would
put
agree
Rizzo
with
fourth.
Tongue,
Pikachu?
which is
That's
important
crazy.
and
That's
special in a
nuts.
moment for us all to cherish.
I
Tongue
mean-
and I agree.
To me, Rizzo and Pikachu, they're 4 and 5. So
Are they? Because Axe doesn't think so. Pikachu's
I
higher.
would have put Rizzo 4th and Pikachu 3rd.
so who's 5?
5 would be Pinky and the Brain.
You already had
can't
this
allow
revelation.
that.
You both already had this
They're not
revelation.
5.
I just wanted to hear it again so
so
you could do another spit
ambitious.
take.
Yeah,
They're
the-
ambitious. They're inventors. They work for themselves. They're out there working every day. They got a team of mice. They got their own show. They did a breakout character role. Like
And let us
we-
not forget
Zort.
Narf.
Narf.
Maybe we switch them and Rizzo.
No, Pikachu is number 5.
I don't know.
Pikachu is not number 5. I can't allow
He's
it.
not number 5.
It's not happening.
That makes no sense.
Alvin and the Chipmunks, number 5?
No.
The only Grammy winners on the list? Come on now.
Come on. They're the Beyoncés of this list.
Precisely.
Okay. Let's say, shit, I don't know. I like Rizzo. Okay, I'm gonna reveal my hand again, and everyone's gonna give me hate for this. I don't really love Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Wow.
They're fine. They're fine. I watched them growing up. I will sometimes see them in a thing passing by if it's just thrown on and like, you know, nephews and nieces are watching it, whatever, but they don't do anything for me anymore. I understand their appeal, but I don't think they've been that good in recent
You don't
years.
listen to Christmas Don't Be Late every holiday season?
You know what, Tongue? I think it's important we address right now. Like, I don't hate you for that opinion. I feel sorry for you, but I don't hate you.
I don't know if this feels any better.
My condescension not helpful to you right now?
No, I liked it better when you all just call me Pod Daddy. But
You would like that.
I know, I liked it better.
Their very first put out song spent 4 weeks at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart.
Number
From
one.
December 22nd, 1958 to January 12th, 1959.
It's the 12 days of Christmas.
Yeah, they have achievements, but listen, they're not that cool anymore.
I'd like to put out they got 3 Grammys
When
for
was
their
this?
first song.
When was their last Grammy?
1958.
Yeah, that's a long fucking time ago.
Yeah, that tells you. And they've been working to present.
Yes.
Yeah.
1958
Years
to
active.
present.
So some may say they haven't won an award for 70 years.
Damn, got you there.
Don't make us do math.
Yeah, I think where they go on the list, I think is still a toss up for me, but
I don't think they belong in 5.
no.
Sure, I'm just saying my feelings out while we have a chance here, because obviously we all have differing opinions. So I guess I can concede to Rizzo being number 5 if we use that to move it along, I suppose.
I will agree only to move it along, but I would like it known that not in my heart.
Yeah, I guess the argument, and now I'm nitpicking because I like Rizzo a lot, is that he's never really he's not the main character. I know he is one of them in Muppets Christmas Carol. He's part of the narration of it all, but he's not the main character.
He's a supportive boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't have 3 Grammys.
He doesn't need them, but
Yeah, he'd probably have 3 Emmys, 3 Oscars, but again, he doesn't need them.
Now, can Rizzo carry an entire Muppet story on his own? Maybe, if Gonzo was there.
but that's not on his own.
But it's not
That's
his own.
not on his own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I would buy him as Oliver Twist. You know, I would buy him in like an Oliver. But you know what? Jim Henson is not going to make that happen for us, unfortunately. So we just have to accept facts.
Okay.
Muppet Oliver. I'd watch that.
Rizzo's like the wishbone of the Muppets. He would
Yeah.
That's
a good, yeah.
Okay.
I liked that.
Rizzo 5. What's number 4?
After all that discourse, I would put Alvin and the Chipmunks in number 4.
Yeah.
I will accept this, but with like malice.
Yeah, I can recognize that while they have all these great accomplishments, they are outdated. Some may say a classic. This could be a more modern group of listeners.
It just depends on like how refined your palate is. And I will allow for those who are lesser.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some of these rodents have done more for people kind.
Yeah.
You know, these are ultimately just entertainers. They're not like teaching values.
It's true.
So
Yeah. I can't think of a single thing Alvin and the Chipmunks has taught me. Although, were they paired up with Jason Lee?
What?
Yes.
Was
yes,
it Jason
they were.
Lee?
He did play
The live action was like, you know how James Marsden hangs out with Sonic the Hedgehog? Same thing. Alvin the Chipmunks and Jason Lee.
The father figure was Jason Lee.
Yeah.
Of My Name is Earl.
That's it. Okay, number 4, Alvin the Chipmunks. Number 3, Pikachu.
I put either Pikachu
I'm
or
okay
Pikachu
with that.
But I think I'm cool either way at this point.
Pikachu 3?
I like Pinky.
I'm
Pinky in the brain there.
Yeah, Pikachu's number 3.
Okay.
Let the record show. Axe just said he likes
electric
Pinky in the brain there.
Yeah.
Let the record show.
I like Pinky in the brain in that spot, and then the rest kind of solves itself.
We'll worry about that when we get to them. I would disagree about Pinky and the Brain being number 3. I think there are 2 of them. They try very hard. They have been consistent. They got their own show. They moved on from the Animaniacs. Like these guys have like narfed their way to greater things for themselves.
Of course. And I mean, the same can be said for Pikachu. He's had numerous spin-offs. He's starred in many a video game over the years.
Yeah, but like they set him up too. Like he was kind of like the golden child of the Pokemon. I would argue that Pinky and the Brain are more self-starters.
Sure, but it's not Pikachu's fault that he excelled once he was put in that position.
Pikachu's the Nepo baby.
The Nepo baby of the Pokemon franchise? Oh,
yeah,
you don't want to reward that.
I think Charizard is the Nepo baby of the Pokemon franchise.
They keep giving Charizard shit that nobody else has, even Pikachu. That's fair.
Axe has strong feelings. Victoria has no idea who that is.
I do. He's the fire one.
Yes.
Yeah. I know some. I know Jigglypuff because of Smash Bros.
Okay.
I know Bulbasaur because he's a plant.
Yeah.
I know.
Because he's a plant? Yeah.
Yeah, he's a plant.
I mean, is she wrong?
On his
No,
butt.
he's a bulb.
A succulent. Yeah, he's a succulent or whatever. Yeah.
Adorable.
Okay. Jess, I need to hear your opinion before we move on. What's number 3?
Sure. We haven't been talking about Splinter.
Well, there's a reason.
Watch the throne, man.
Yeah, but I mean, if we're gonna throw all of the other things that we've been talking about all these other characters into the ring, I'm going against my roots here, man.
That's what I'm saying.
One franchise, the influence of 4. I mean, like, yes, he did fight a lot of bad guys and did good, but like, I think that Pikachu might have more pull than Splinter.
No way.
I mean, technically correct. In my heart.
Technically correct. In my heart, I also disagree. Like,
what do you say? What do you say? I don't care about, like, Splinter doesn't need all that. He operates in the shadows, man. I don't know. Victoria's whispering something to Jess. Victoria's whispering something. I can't.
No, I wouldn't.
What are you saying? Are you slandering?
I've never been in cahoots a day in my life.
Okay.
Are you doing some inside trading in person right now? That's not fair.
I don't know what that means. Don't you finance bro speak at me, Tuong.
Yeah, I'm a crypto bro. That's NFTs. I have a Splinter NFT just waiting to be sold by the end of this podcast. Jess, what are you saying?
Here's what I have to say. Okay.
She's got so many notes.
Is this a note on Master Splinter? Is this a note on
I'm
Master
going to say 5 Rizzo, 4 Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yes.
3 Splinter. 2 Pinky and the Brain. Pika.
I hate this.
I just want to know, like, I don't like it.
I hate it.
Like you're doing this for Erica. Like, I feel like you're doing this for your child.
Parent does.
Okay.
She doesn't listen to this. She's not even old enough to listen to this podcast.
She will be one day, okay?
Show her the swears one first, and you've got to deal with it. See?
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm okay either way. I'd flip 2 and 3 because, again, in my heart, incorrect. But
I had to go.
This podcast has always been heart driven. What's in your heart, Axe? What's in your heart? What's your heart ranking? Give me your heart ranking.
In my heart, Splinter is number 1, and Pinky and the Brain are number 3, and Pikachu's number 2.
No.
I
love that for your heart.
I'm hearing myself say it. It doesn't make sense in the world, but it doesn't.
It makes sense.
Isn't it not time that we give Pinky and the Brain the world? Is it not time? Have they not earned it? Yeah, let's give them number 1.
Here's my thing.
For the lulz. Narf.
Okay, every time you say Narf, it's only improving the argument.
I know.
Narf.
But here you go. Let me say this. I think Pikachu's 3. Pikachu has so much credit everywhere. You're talking about...
He has enough.
He has the world. He's had multiple seasons of a show and continues to do it. He has video games. He has Pokemon cards. He has spin-offs. We've talked about this. He is one of the most boring choices to be higher on this list because Pikachu has been around forever, and that's fine. But also, he's done it.
He's a given.
He's done it. We've seen it. Time for Pinky and the Brain or Master Splinter to take the crown. That's what I'm saying.
I agree with you.
You know what? When I Google splinter, I get splinter about objects being embedded in the skin.
You know why?
Yeah.
No.
Sexy.
You,
It's a fucking Pokemon.
That's because it's a made-up word.
also, you didn't write Master
Except everybody
Splinter.
knows that word. Whether they
Master.
speak fucking English or Japanese or literally any other language, they'll know the name Pikachu.
Google Master Splinter. Then you'll get it.
If I were to Google axe or tongue right now, what would happen? This argument's void.
You'll get another
Googled-
Vietnamese guy, and you'll probably get an axe object.
And like an axe, like a hatchet.
I Googled Master Splinter, and it's just a really big piece of a tiny piece of wood stuck in someone's finger.
That sounds hot.
Yeah, I like it.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Check it out. Check it out.
Oh.
Narf.
No.
Okay. I'm saying Pikachu 3, and now we figure out 2 and 1.
Pikachu's on the top, I think. I'm still.
It's 3. Daddy has spoken. Pod Daddy put his foot down.
Daddy is spoken.
Daddy's mad.
I do think Pikachu's 3, but you can say one more piece about why you think it should be higher. One more piece, because we've been talking over you, and I want you to have your say.
I've said everything that needs to be said. Everyone knows the name Pikachu. I can show a picture of Pikachu to those people on that island that you're never supposed to go to, and they'd be like, "Oh, cool, that's Pikachu," and then brutally kill me. That's how far his influence has reached.
Okay.
And I think that is worthy of praise. Also,
it is worthy of praise. Number 3.
I'll take 3.
All right, number 3. It's happened. Sorry, Axe. I like your argument, but I want to cater to the heart of your heart. And I want Master Splinter to go to the top, buddy. But let's have the discussion. Pinky in the Brain, Master Splinter. I think we know where the room stands. Master Splinter camp, Axes as well, I'm pretty sure. You nodding? Yes, maybe. Number 1. Victoria, we know you're Pinky in the Brain. Now, Jess, I don't know what you are.
I love the logic of putting Splinter in number 1. I think logic is great, but it only gets you so far. If we're talking about heart, and the Narf of it all, then I feel pretty strongly that Pinky and the Brain are due to take over the world.
How many inventions out of Acme Labs do you think have actually been from Pinky and the... Well, let's be real, from Brain.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's that weird conspiracy theory that posits that Pinky is the real genius. I think that I read about like
from my experience as a little bit of a ditzy sidekick, probably.
Yeah.
I think together they make the team, right? Like you can't have one without the other.
Oh,
They're
sure.
both intelligent in their own ways,
and very true.
Bring the smarts one way or the other.
We're also giving hard Pinky in the Brain right now.
Is that why you're voting for that duo so hard? Is
the
that
amount of times Vic has said Narf.
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 Should I start saying cowabunga some more? Maybe that sways it into the...
Splinter doesn't even say cowabunga.
He does. He does when he's trying to relate to his sons, because he's a good father. When he's just like...
Yeah, but arguably, you just quoted a line from a character that wasn't even originally theirs, whereas Narf has been Pinky's all along.
Whole time.
Okay, listen. If we're saying you want to rate Narf, the word Narf as number 1, I'm with you. But Pinky in the Brain over Master Splinter, you're out of your goddamn mind.
Hold on. I would like to hear Jess out on her point regarding Acme Labs inventions.
Okay, go Brain.
What, in that, like, Pinky and the Brain continually make new inventions every single day in an attempt to take over the world? Some of these inventions have bettered the world. Fucking Coyote definitely uses some of them in later episodes of Looney Tunes, meaning that the universe of Pinky and the Brain is larger than just Acme Labs, larger than Animaniacs, and larger than the Pinky and the Brain spin-off show themselves. These guys are way more influential than you could possibly imagine.
I do love the connection to Looney Tunes because I was a Looney Tunes kid.
Samesies.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
Space Jam.
I was very much
back to Space Jam. Where were they? Why weren't they on the Toon Squad? If Pinky and the Brain were part of the Toon Squad, the game would have been over ages ago.
Oh, they were busy.
Yeah, they're trying to take over the world. I get it.
Yeah. Brain would have come up with some way to win the game, and Pinky would have just dunked on everybody. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, that's it. Jess, you trying to say one more thing here? You looking more inventions or?
No, honestly, I was looking up a Narf compilation list on YouTube so that I could just get some comedy flowing at the end.
Great.
I wanted the Narf to happen.
Okay.
But
Okay.
instead, it was just Brain talking about the expanse of the universe and how beautiful our entire.
I would
Taught
go
us
to
so
Brain.
much.
Yeah.
You would go
I
to
would
what?
go to Brain. Yeah, I would watch Brain's TED Talks. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know whose TED Talk I wouldn't watch?
Master Splinter?
Sinners.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Why? Why?
Because
No.
Pinky and the Brains are, if they're paired at the same time, I'm
Uh-huh.
going to Brains TED Talk.
You got Brain.
Yeah.
You got the comedy duo. You got them taking over the world.
That's
Mhm.
true.
Listen.
And honestly, Pinky's probably going to drop some knowledge at some point during that TED Talk, and you're just going to be like, "Holy fuck, he came up with that next to Brain." That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Master Splinter has gone through so much shit in his life, okay? He was just a little rat who saw his master killed in front of him. And that is heartbreaking. He learned martial arts and he was like, you know what? I'm going to get revenge one day. Oh man, I'm just a rat. Oh, my life is so hard, but I need to keep going because that's the type of rat I am. Oh, what's this? Bunch of turtles. Oh, ooze. And then they're swimming in ooze and then they become larger than life. And then it's like, oh my God, now I got these 4 children I got to take care of and try to be a good martial arts teacher and tell them all the values of being a good person, turtle, rat guy. And then they turtle. And then how to become a ninja. Come on. What are we talking about here?
I think you make a really good point.
Except, here we go.
And that's really special.
We've seen the show, Tug.
If we're talking about,
And movies.
I mean, Pinky and the Brain were lab rats. They have seen countless
lab mice.
They've seen countless lab mice abused and different animals in front of them. And still they persevere to take over the world and make it a better place.
No, they're not. They're not trying to make it a better
You
place.
don't know.
You don't know. Honestly, they can't do it.
They are. Brain
nobody-
is trying to take over the world, and Pinky is the heart of the duo.
Yeah, they
He
can't
is
do a worse
bringing
job
the
than
humanity for all of us.
Also, arguably, queer icons.
Facts.
What? You can't just throw that in there. What? How?
Okay, but do you
It's
know that they're
heavily
not?
implied.
Yeah. Do you know that they're not lovers? Come on now.
Take your heteronormative lens off
don't you pull that on me.
and allow for them to be lovers.
I'm a fucking ally, okay? And that's why Master Splinter, who is also a LGBTQ icon.
Show your work.
You guys
Because
didn't.
Pinky and the Brain sleep in the same bed sack.
Yeah.
So,
You could do that in a platonic way.
facts. So, still show your work for Splinter.
If Splinter can't do that with the turtles, that's his sons. That'd be weird.
Yeah, that's a different level.
It's very different. Yeah.
Oh my God. Is this where it's going? Is this where it's going? Is Pinky Axe? Have you not even tried to? You're just.
I think so. I think it's the the lovers angle.
You know, the problem is when you have Victoria and Jess in the same room together. It's hard
It's
to
a lot
argue.
easier for us to communicate telepathically when we're in the same room.
They're just
Something
like
about
a-
distance
like
and
a
the
Bluetooth thing.
electrons.
Our knees are touching.
they're literally just louder than all of us.
I've actually been watching my mic level. It's not that hot.
Yeah, she's been watching our hot mics.
As you both sip your drinks at the same time together.
I didn't sip mine. I had a little silent giggle instead.
All right, let's do it. I can't believe we went from the shortest episode ever to just a regular sized episode of Rent.
Yeah.
We haven't even got to the Ani mentions yet.
No.
Right.
Okay. Rizzo, number 5. 4, Alvin and the Chipmunks. Number 3, Pikachu. Number 2, Master Splinter. And
Oh
number
my god,
1,
you guys!
Pinky and the Brain.
The Pinky and the Brain. One is a genius, the other's insane.
I feel like I'm going insane right now, too. Let's do honorable mentions. Rapid fire the rest of your honorable mentions that you have on your list. Axe, you go first.
Okay, I think my main one was Matthias the Warrior. He's the main character of the series Redwall, the books, and the TV show. Game of Thrones for little kids. I absolutely loved it when I was younger. From the video game series Conker's Bad Fur Day, Conker the Foul-Mouthed Squirrel, the other rat that you encounter when you're playing Pokemon, Rattata, Jerry, which is a crazy one I think we missed, but, King of Slapstick. The Roadrunner to Tom's Wile E. Coyote, and Peter Pettigrew.
Dope. Yeah, there's some Wormtail in there. Okay.
Okay, Vic.
Yeah, I would like to mention the chipmunk that lived at my family cottage that we called Chippy. What makes him fictional, you ask? He lived 14 years. And in hindsight, that was not the same chipmunk every time, even though my parents said it was. I would also like to nominate whatever the Lorax is.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah. Could be a rodent, maybe.
And I would like to give some credence to I don't really know what a capybara is, but they're really cute.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
at the
adorable.
top of my Ani Mensch list because although they are not fictional, they are the largest rodent. They have no natural predators. They're omnivores. They don't eat and like they're just fucking lovely little dudes.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
so
They're
great.
just
I
Let's
love
hear it
the
again.
capybaras.
I do like a capybara. Fantastic. Jess, what do you have?
Yeah, for sure. I got a pretty good list of Ani Mentions going on here. I've broken them down into category of rodent because I thought that it was important to have a lot of different varieties of rodent represented. First off, we mentioned them before. Beaker was mentioned in one article that I looked at as potentially a guinea pig, which
saw
I
that
thought was
too.
really interesting, but did not believe, so couldn't make it happen. But I thought it was worth talking about because that's fun.
I like it.
Wacko Yakko and Dot, also kind of unknown creatures, the Animaniacs. Like they're just kind of weird.
They're Animaniacs.
Seem like rodents, but they are Animaniacs. Scrat, the saber-toothed squirrel from the Ice Age series,
Oh,
like
he was cute.
arguably created the continents, like broke Pangea with an acorn, made everything as is. Fucking solid, bro. The one that was on my short list, the mouse from Mouse Hunt, like real mouse.
Oh, yeah.
Not really a character because they just play a mouse that kind of does the whole Macaulay Culkin Home Alone thing, like putting traps on to keep the people out of his house. Great mouse. Stuart Little, also cute little mouse, but ultimately just a little guy in the world.
And privileged as fuck. He gets his own car.
I mean, they're true, but like cool.
And he gets to be voiced by Michael J. Fox. Who hasn't wanted that?
I have a car, and I am also voiced by Michael J. Fox.
It's one of my favorite things about you.
I know.
But is it a tiny car? Is it a tiny car that you drive?
It's real little,
Yeah,
yeah. It's pretty cute. The Cinderella's mice, all of the lady ones that are unnamed because of the time, plus Gus, Gus, and Jack. Because like
Gus.
that's how it be. We didn't mention. Nobody mentioned the big mouse.
The mouse of the house?
Mickey.
Mick Mouse?
The Mick Mouse.
Who's that?
They're fine.
They're fine. They're fine. He's fine.
Sesame Street had a mice duo called Miami Mice, based off of Miami Vice, which was
that's
a
right.
fucking solid time, but there was no fighting for that. Of lore, the three blind mice.
Representation.
Damn it.
Yeah,
you took
I mean,
mine.
they ran after a farmer's wife. That's bold. The Mouse King from the Nutcracker, sometimes also referred to as the Rat King, but like has an army of mice or rats, depending on which iteration you're reading or watching. Like, solid dudes. Beatrix Potter has a series of novels that includes a whack ton of rodents, but a lot of mice in it. There's The Tale of Two Bad Mice, The Tale of Miss Tittlemouse, Johnny Town Mouse. Like, there's a whole bunch of mice in the series. Speedy Gonzales, like yeah, like I'm moving on, okay? Getting into rats here. Now, Nick and Fletcher from Chicken Run. They're the two salesman brothers that supply the chickens with equipment and have an affinity for chicken eggs. So, like, that's a little funny. You're like, buy this thing from me for your gag, and then I'm gonna eat your unborn children. It's kind of fucked, actually, to be honest.
Little bit.
Chuck E. Cheese, as a character for the children's restaurant franchise, was originally a rat and then turned into a mouse.
His optics.
Because of, well, the first mascot that they bought was supposed to be a mouse, but was a rat when it showed up. They could tell because of the style of tail. And then they reshaped it and turned it into a mouse. Fun facts. Well, I think that they didn't want rats associated with a pizza joint, and like a mouse was going to be a little bit better.
Just a bit
We know
better.
their reputation improved greatly over time. Thankfully,
Correct.
they fixed this.
Yes. Mighty Mouse.
Yeah.
There's Namco game, like a video game called Mappy the Mouse, which is just a Japanese slur for policeman, which I
Great.
enjoyed.
Wow.
Hey, Cap.
Yep. Templeton Rat from Charlotte's Web. The Rescue Rangers, Chip and Dale. They're great. Parks Canada's mascot, Parka the Beaver. We're now moving on to a different genre of.
You do have a lot.
I do. Mr. and Mrs. Beaver from the Chronicles of Narnia. And Beaver from the Franklin children's book series.
Yeah.
I'm getting near the end here, guys. I love rodents, apparently. The gopher from Caddyshack, hilarious. Again, I think it's funny when rodents play tricks on people.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
They're really good at that, for the most part.
Conker from Diddy Kong Racing.
Oh.
Yep. All of the Groundhog Day groundhogs. So real life groundhogs that predict spring because they have characters.
Yeah.
I'd like to do a special shout out to Wyerton Willie, who lived to the age of 22 and was found dead 2 days before Groundhog Day in 1999. The organizers were unable to find a replacement, and instead they marked Groundhog Day by revealing Willie in a coffin, dressed in a tuxedo with coins on his eyes, and a little carrot between his paws. And I just fucking like the commitment of that.
That's fucking
Wonderful.
Crazy and amazing.
I would like our Ani Menches to answer the question of which is Pinky and which is Brain.
Because of my list?
Narf.
Narf.
Did research. I got opinions, okay?
Oh my
it's
God.
A very brain of
You sure
me.
do, Brain.
All right. Well, I think you hit most of them, Jess, but you actually missed a few, which I will just skip out to the rest of mine. Digging at the bottom of my list here, Hamtaro.
Hamtaro!
You know
I don't
Hamtaro?
even know who that is.
He's a Japanese hamster, very cute. Axe
All
knows.
right.
Axe knows. It's like pre-Pikachu kind of thing. Like you would see Hamtaro plushies, just like that people would like carry around. It's a thing.
Yeah, it was probably the kids' anime.
For sure.
Dude.
I feel like I've probably seen them, but don't know them.
Yeah, if you looked it up, you know. Basil the mouse. You know,
Basil of the
Bas-
Great Mouse Detective.
Great Mouse Detective, awesome mouse, and Nemesis Ratigan.
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 Oh, Ratigan.
Look up Ratigan. He has a great song, great villain looking guy. He fucks. Who else do we have here? Oh, Rat from Fantastic Mr. Fox, one of my favorite movies of all time. Voiced by Willem Dafoe. Rat protects the apple cider cellar, and he clicks his fingers a lot and snaps them and has a knife, and he's a very fun character and very sinister.
Such a good movie.
Oh, such a good movie. What about Mr. Ratburn from Arthur?
Totally.
You know?
I was not a kid, but totally.
Okay.
Arthur's teacher.
Yeah.
Arthur's teacher. And I think, did I
Having
miss
fun.
when you got a library card? Yep. We all know the song. I think you took the rest of mine, Jess.
Raccoons, rodents.
You hit
Raccoons aren't
every
rodents,
single one of them. Okay, well, that's it for today's episode of Ranked on Fictional Rodents. Oh my goodness, it's been a while since I've had a yelling match with my guests, but hey.
This is a very passionate episode today.
It's almost like no matter how hard and how much passion I have, the team up of Vic and Jess is too difficult to overcome and beat. Now they're dancing. They're shimmying. They're about to call me a cunt. It's so weird.
I was thinking it.
Yeah, I know you were. All right. Well, with that, before we leave, of course, I have to thank my guests, Axe, Victoria, and Jess. Any of you have anything to plug? Axe, anything to plug for the people at home?
Not currently. I'm still, working, supporting the arts community in town through my work with the Ottawa Arts Council. But otherwise, I'm just chilling for maybe another week before I find something else to do theater-wise.
Wow. Axe, dream roll. Let's go. What is the dream roll?
Oh, shit. I mean, it's still, one of them is still the genie in Aladdin.
Oh, yes. I think you mentioned that before.
I want to be the genie when I grow up, and it's going to happen.
Let's manifest this. Top 5 roles that Axe will do one day.
Absolutely slay. Perfect. Yes.
Genie, Remy, Pikachu, all the Master Splinter. They're all rodent stuff.
And Rain.
And Brain. You're more of a pinky kind of guy.
Listen, we can pull the audience.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that is all for me, I think. I'm happy to do this again.
Cool. Yeah, we're happy to have you, buddy. Jess or Victoria or both. Anything to plug for the people at home?
No, just keep being nice to each other. Be patient, be kind, have fun. Get out in the sun. It's spring. Get that vitamin D however you can. However you can.
Vitamin D.
I would like to remind the group that Victoria has had one beer at this point. So
One beer.
One beer.
This is just my personality.
Jess, anything to plug for the people at home?
None particularly. I'd just like to remind folks to stay engaged with their local politics. You can't make changes without starting the ground up. For our Canadian listeners, there's not a ton happening right now you can get involved in, but American listeners, your primaries are starting soon, and we know what can happen if we don't make correct choices. So,
Godspeed.
Excellent plug. For myself, you can find the rest of the shows in the PodCavern at www.podcavern.com. Check out all the shows there. Like, subscribe, rate, review, share it with all your friends. And that's it for today's episode. But before we go, there's one thing that I need to say.
Narf.
Capybara, 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 capybara. Capybara. Victoria's gonna play the song.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.